4, 3, 2, 1. Watch me. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
Hey guys, welcome to Level Up with Lydia. These chairs are going to bother me the entire time, but I am Lydia Navo, and we're just going to be spinning the entire time. I'm your host today, and I'm here with Trina Rothman. She is in healthcare, and she is networking, relationship building extraordinaire. And I'm so happy to have you on, so thank you for coming.
Thank you, and I'm gonna be turning too.
I noticed it as soon
and
as
I already knocked over Jiminy.
Oh man, Jiminy Crickets.
Jiminy Crickets.
Well, this is going to be a fun episode if you can't tell already. But yes, we're really excited to have you on. And I think the best way to just get started is tell us a little bit about your experience in business and where you are today, and we'll go from there.
It's a loaded question. So my whole life really feels like a series of like decisions where I was like, yeah, it sounds good at the time, and then I just do it. So and also I tend to do what I want. So like both of those things have really created like an eclectic career for me. So I have actually started in legal. I have a legal background working in probate, estate planning, all of that, guardianship work. And I actually was thrown into guardianship work. Like I thought for sure that I was just going to be like a legal analyst and just like live in a law library and just study case law my entire professional career.
It doesn't seem like you from the little bit I know you.
I know. And it's all thanks to my friend Alex, who one day was like, you know what? You don't belong in this industry. You need a sales job. You need to be in sales. And so he kind of like put me into sales. And so that's where the sales experience comes from, coupled with the law experience. It really became something that I could serve people.
Law?
No,
totally
it was
different.
actually event planning. So I went from law to event planning, and then I went into healthcare.
Okay.
And so it's really like a series of like, it sounds like a good idea. Like that's the best way to describe it. So
I don't know that that's a bad way to go. It's just kind of follow your passion and see where you end up.
Exactly.
I think pretty much everybody we've talked to on the podcast and most of my clients, what they're doing now has nothing to do with what they started. They just took the path of that's my next step, and it's a different step, and I'm going to go for it and hope for the best. And sometimes that's what works out.
Yeah, absolutely. And my husband, I'm very fortunate that my husband is that kind of person that is like, you do what you want to do. I'll be the stable one. Like I will hold the fort down. Like if whatever you do, it makes you happy. Like that's what I'm down for.
That's awesome.
So he actually didn't even know that I dropped out of law school. Like he didn't know that. It went to business school instead. So that was a surprise to him because he was like, I really thought you wanted to be a lawyer and all the things. But yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, he's just always so supportive. And so I think that's why I've been able to have such a blessed career.
Sure. And speaking of that, if you don't mind speaking a little bit more about that, how long have y'all been together, and how has I guess obviously having a strong relationship, personal relationship that supports you is a huge part of being able to do what you do. But yeah, how's that been?
So I met my husband when I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah. And I told him, this is so crazy. Well, I mean, I am crazy, but I told him the day that
Aren't we all?
I told him the day that I met him that we were going to get married and have a kid and all the things. And then I went and broke up with my boyfriend. Like I knew my husband was the person for me. And I was just like, get on board. Let me know when you're ready. And he made me wait. He was like 6 months. He made me wait. And then finally he got his head out of his ass. And
that is
like,
so funny.
it's been a happily ever after ever since. But not always. There's been some really hard times. But 22 years this year. And we have a 20-year-old daughter.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how is, I guess, the career woman in you, how is that portrayed to your daughter? What's your daughter doing now that she's 20? I feel like maybe she's picked up on some of that.
She is an entrepreneur.
Love it.
At her core. Like we could have her like consulting. Like she is so good. But the thing is, my daughter is special needs.
Okay.
So everything that I do comes from like the knowledge or the realization that with my daughter, I have to earn her life's potential income along with my life's potential income. So that drives me every single day. Like that is the center of my why. And it's so that way she has the life that she deserves because she's so sweet and so innocent. Like she can't even lie. Like Pinocchio. Oh my God, Pinocchio.
It's her.
Yeah, she can't lie. And it's so funny because like when she tries to lie, she just like immediately is like, haha, I lied.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
So she's just so sweet, and she has her own little businesses, and she's watched me do all kinds of stuff. I bring her to work with me, and I mean, she's just wonderful. Like she's just a really, like she inspires people.
That's awesome. And so
Yeah.
you're in healthcare now, and I
Mhm.
know that I don't know if you want to share like what in healthcare you do, and then
Okay.
obviously the big networking thing that
Okay.
we want to talk about.
So I am in home care for the senior care industry.
Okay.
So I have been in the senior care industry on and off my whole career. Even when I was working in legal, we were in senior care, right?
Okay.
So I really, truly am passionate about the special needs community and elder care. Like I've always felt like I can attach myself to a cause rather than a job. So that's another reason why I've had such a varied career
Sure.
is like the cause. So I'm in healthcare. I am considered to be like an industry disruptor, especially in the Houston area, because I see a lot. I think because I'm able to see like the business part and where we treat humans like they're a business,
Mhm.
and it drives me insane. And everybody is trying to chase a dollar, especially in my industry. Medicare dollars are like monopoly money. Like people want those Medicare dollars, and it's to the detriment of our own patients. It's to the detriment of our own clients. And so I created something called the Golden Connection, which is a very large and very fast growing networking group out here in the Houston area. And I'm super proud of it because it's built on the premise that a rising tide lifts all boats and that we are in human care and not in healthcare.
Mhm.
So having that component, and that I almost want to equate it to like unions
Okay.
because like we hold you accountable. So we want to build all of these different businesses are interconnected, right? Each one, like there's home care, there's hospice, there's home health, and each have their own place in someone's life. And there's a lot of other businesses as well,
Sure.
but they're all compartmentalized. So it's like, oh no, I don't want to work with home care because that takes away. No, you bill Medicare Part B, this person bills Medicare Part A, and I'm a cash pay service. So like, why are we working against each other when we can bring in all three services? Well, you can't, certain ones you can't do together just because of Medicare, but why can't we all just work together
Right.
and understand what each other does? And like, I work in healthcare. I mean, I work in home care, which is ADL support, activities of daily living, bathing, grooming, dressing. But I have RNs on my team, and we can take a higher level of care. Not all home care companies can do that. So if a home care company has somebody who needs a higher level of care, knowing what I do can help that person.
Sure.
So that's really what it is. It's like truly understand the industry that you're in, and everybody's going to do well, especially the humans that we take care of.
Yeah.
So I created that, and I launched it in August, and we had 27 people come to the first one, and now we're at like 60, 70 people come.
That's awesome.
And it's amazing. And I did not do any advertising.
So how did you build it? Because I think there's so many people that are like, hey, I need to build my network. I want to start my own organization. How did you build it?
So I literally built it on integrity and word of mouth. Like I was like, if we're going to build this, I want to go and talk to every single person. I can't remember which president it was. Maybe it was Jimmy Carter. He did his entire campaign grassroots. So if it was good enough for them, it's good enough for me. So I would go to each community. I would go to each hospital and say, hey, look, I've created this. Would you please come? I would love for you to come. And then because I have had such a varied career, I have access to tons of amazing people. And so I bring in really good speakers. And I want people to have value, and I want people to leave there like better than they were before. So that's the goal, is to always add value. And so I did that. I did the grassroots. And then I created a private Facebook group. And so when people would agree to come, I would be like, could I invite you to the private Facebook groups? I did that, and it's been growing ever since.
Yeah, but I think, like you said, it's the why behind it that's making it grow. It's not, it's you get one person to say, this is amazing, and I stand behind you. I'm going to invite 10 of my friends. And then each of those people invite 10 friends, and it just continues to kind of grow like wildfire. But it's because of the why, the mission.
Yep.
So when people are, I guess, looking for a job, looking for a purpose, how do you find that purpose?
So I think for anyone to find purpose, like that's like a deep reflection.
Yeah.
Like inner thoughts, like you really have to be honest with yourself. So like that's the first step. If you're not willing to be honest with yourself, then this is the exercise is pointless, right? So it's truly, I think, just stripping down the layers. Like Shrek says, everyone has like
Onions?
ogres have layers, and so do onions or whatever it is. So peeling back those layers and understanding what motivates you. And I know not everybody has that type of privilege that they can truly sit back and be like, okay, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. Because some people like necessity or their situation
Sure.
dictates their necessity of
Yeah.
what they need to do. So, but if you're capable and you are able to really pull back those layers and understand what motivates you, man, everything just flows so easily.
Yeah.
And so it really helps define the purpose. Like I'm constantly texting, I call my friends the board of directors.
Okay.
I am constantly texting the board of directors and saying, hey guys, I got an idea. Because when you stand in your purpose, man,
Well, that's a big part, is not only discovering what it is, but then standing behind it no matter what. Like, no matter when people say, that's crazy or that's stupid. Like, no, if it matters to you, it matters to you. And being able to be authentic to that, I think, is what people latch onto and
Yeah.
what help people grow. So I really appreciate that. And I think that the second part of the growing the golden connections and all that you mentioned was just asking, just talking about it. Like, I think a lot of people take that for granted, as that's such an easy thing to do, is just go talk to people.
Yeah.
So many people are scared to pick up the phone or knock on a door, and it's like, just go talk to people. Most people want to help, especially if you have that mission behind you that they support. So I think that's a big thing. What I guess, what are your next steps then?
Well, there's a lot. So we actually just restructured the Golden Connection because I was having an issue with one of the Facebook groups, because we have two different versions of it. We have an In the Loop, because Houston's huge.
Yeah.
So we have a Houston In the Loop group, and then we have the one that's out here in Fort Bend County, West Houston. But I decided to merge it and rebrand it as all of Houston.
Okay.
So we're looking at doing a third one. So I'm going to have a meeting today with one of my friends who's actually a direct competitor. I'm going to have a meeting with her today and see what we want to do next, where it makes sense. So ultimately, I want to teach people, like, that's another thing that's really interesting in the sales part of healthcare. And it's probably this way across the board, but I'm just not in other industries,
Sure.
Is that nobody knows how to network anymore. Like nobody, like I was at a networking the other day and it was like, state your name and your company, and people were talking for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And to me that, like, I don't know. It like triggers a neurodivergence in me or something. And I'm like, oh, I got to get out of this networking.
100%.
So, so teaching people how to network, having those types of workshops, I really want to continue to pour into my industry and teach these marketers. Some of them didn't even start their career until COVID, like the COVID time. So they really don't know what it looks like. And they could really, and there's so many good people in this world, and there's so many good people in this industry, and just pouring into them and helping them, and just helping them succeed, because their success helps like your grandmother or my dad or something
100%.
like that. So I really see it growing into other things.
Yeah, and I agree that networking has kind of become a lost art, I guess. What are some resources besides Golden Connections, but what are some resources for people to learn how to network again, or what should they be doing to become a better networker?
I mean, the first thing is to practice that 30-second intro, that elevator pitch, whatever you want to call it. And I actually bring it down to like 20 seconds. Like, get it out. I want to hear your purpose, your unique value proposition in like 3 sentences or less, please. Like get it out, because the goal is to book a one-on-one. The goal is to build relationships. So just put a great little like hook out there and let the fish come. Like go fishing, people. Don't sit there and especially if you're working in an industry specific thing like healthcare, we all provide similar services. And so like if we have 4 hospice companies in the same networking, we're going to get the same 10-minute intro.
Yeah.
So know your audience. And always, I really want people to understand that when you book these one-on-ones, it's to learn. Like we're all trying to expand ourselves. We're all trying to do better. We're all trying to build our markets. But if you're always looking at it from the ego and this, like, what can I get from this person? That's not the right approach. It's like, how can I learn from this person, and how can this person help what we do in this industry?
And I think that's really important, that in networking, when we're meeting people, I think so many people think I'm there to sell or make a sell. And maybe, yes, that's the end goal, right?
Yeah.
But that initial meeting should always just be to set another appointment. And I think that is what can take down the guard of a lot of people. They go in thinking you have to sell, and then they overtalk and they overshare, and it's boring or whatever they're saying. But if they just go in saying, hey, I just want to be genuinely interested in people, learn about them, and then just book another meeting. That's it. That's all I'm looking to do. Your results will skyrocket from that. It's just to be genuinely curious about people.
Yeah.
I think it's really important. Besides Golden Connections, any other networking organizations? What do you suggest for people who are looking to start their own networking groups? Do it, don't do it?
I really, I never thought that I would start a networking group. I really did it because I saw the necessity. Like, and I was like, oh wait, nobody's going to do this, so let me do that. So I don't know if I would do it again. I really don't, just because it's a lot of work. And I will say this. I have so many people that support the Golden Connection that, I mean, I could really just delegate a lot of tasks, and I do. But would I start a networking group again? I really don't know. But I did it because this industry, or the industry that I'm in, it needed it.
Yeah, that's what you're filling a need. It's not
Yeah.
just to start it or not to start it to again make sales. It's
Right.
There's a need that needed to be filled, and I created something to satisfy that need, which is basically a business.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it can be.
it
Yeah.
is a business for
Yeah.
sure. And next steps as far as you professionally.
Oh my gosh, there's, again, a lot.
Yeah.
So I will also be joining with Level Up.
Yes. You will.
So I will be consulting with you guys. And I'm really excited for that. I used to actually, at one point in time, I was a consultant, and so I'm happy to be consulting again. And I really want to just help develop the next generation of leaders. Like, that's, have you talked to like the kids that are like in their young
My
20s?
children, not 20s.
Like the young 20s, I'm loving them. Like, they're so emotionally intelligent. They are, I mean, I've been watching, like lately, I've just been watching the younger generation, and I'm just like, wow, like, your parents did a good job. And so I can't wait for them to come into the workforce and really like get out of their Starbucks jobs and all of that, and like really get out of school and be here and helping change the world, because the next generation is going to be amazing.
What do you think it is that attributed to that, or what is it that you're seeing that other people should be doing more of?
I think it's like because a lot of families, or a lot of parents who are like my age in their 40s and things like that, I think that they actually went to therapy. And I hate to say it that way, but I really think that's a lot of it, because like they healed themselves and then didn't allow that trauma to hit their trauma to dictate how they raise their children. Like, they literally were that, like, it stops here type generation. And so seeing people who understand their emotions, and like, I watched this one girl get yelled at a Starbucks, and she was just like, ma'am, I understand that you're having a bad day. It's not a reflection of me. How can I help you? And I was like, wow.
She didn't get upset and fight back. Or
Like, that's so amazing to me. So I'm excited to be able to, like, leadership, sales, connections, and communication, emotional intelligence are all things that I just love to focus on for people. So being able to do that with Level Up is going to be awesome.
Yeah. And I think that even that younger generation, there's so many more resources for them to be able to learn these things. There's so many avenues for them to the amount of, I saw it on Instagram the other day where it's like job titles then versus now. And it's just like, they're so bizarre, but it's like, yeah, you can literally be whatever you want nowadays, and support yourself by doing it, because the way of getting your message out there is 10 times, 20, 30, 40 times more than it was when we were, trying to start our businesses. And I don't know, it's cool. It's a different world, like you said.
Yeah. And I was at a career day. I was speaking at a career day last week, and I think I blew the kids' minds when I said, hey, some of the jobs that I've had didn't exist when I was your age. Like, they did not exist. Instagram didn't exist.
Yeah.
And so they were like, wait, what? I was like, you can literally do whatever you want to do. And which I'm pretty sure I won't be invited back to career day, because I was like, no, you don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to be a doctor.
Right.
Like, you could think for yourself. And that teacher was just like,
yeah.
So it's fine if I'm not invited back. It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But I was telling him, like, you could change the world. You can, or change your part of the world. You don't have to be an engineer. You can be an artist, and you can bring profound thought to people. And the kids are like, oh my God, I didn't even know that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So
And I think, again, all goes back to that why, that mission, and having
Mhm.
people that support that.
Yeah.
Right? If there's somebody who believes in what you believe, they will support you
Mhm.
and they will help you, and moving on from there. So speaking of Instagram not being around, you have utilized that very well. So tell us a little bit more about how to use that personal brand, how to use those avenues to help yourself.
To brand yourself on social media, actually, it was one of the doctors that I know here in the Houston area. She posted today. She's like, "Why do people lie on social media?" And I was like, "Well, that is a 1,000-page book right there. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes into it. Most of it, people are unhealed, all the different things, whatever. Whatever you use social media for is fine. But if you want to be intentional, I think being authentic and owning your truths and showing people how you've leveled up yourself, and that was a pun that I
love it.
just did.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's how, like, I lost over half my body weight.
I saw that recently. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I lost over half my body weight. And so I used that. Like, I showed people, like, hey, this is how I did it, and this is what I looked like before, and this is how my mindset and all of that. So I almost use social media like a journal.
yeah.
And it's like, I could start every post Dear Diary,
Right.
and maybe I will.
I was actually talking about,
Yeah.
does anybody remember Zanga as a social? Why does nobody remember this? Zanga was like before MySpace even, I think, or like around that same time. And it
miss
was basically
MySpace.
like
I
a
miss
blogging
it.
diary. And I did used to use it all the time. And it was like my diary. I'm like, man, this is where it all started for me. It's just chatting
Zanga.
about random stuff. But yeah.
Oh, okay. I taught the kids that Instagram wasn't always Instagram, that it was bourbon before, and they thought I was, like, BSing them so hard. They thought they were being punked, and I was like, "No, it was about whiskey."
You know that?
Yeah, and then they rebranded.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it was called, I think it was BURBN, like, before it was Instagram.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and it was, like, basically a social networking space for people who liked bourbon.
Still kind of is, actually.
I mean, why not? So
I guess going back to being authentic and posting, I think that's really important because I know I actually posted a weight loss or like a fitness thing that was like a 3 years ago versus now thing. And the amount of people who commented, and I was like, a part of me was like, I want to delete all those pictures and never show anybody. Like, nobody can ever see these pictures. But I was like, whatever, I'm going to post it and see what happens.
Yeah.
And so many people were, thankful, like, hey, thanks so much for showing this journey. It's, oh, that took 3 years. I think there's so many of these like quick fixes that people show on Instagram, or fake fixes. And it's like, no, it actually takes a lot of hard work to do what we're doing. And we want to show you that journey
Yeah. And
from
I
start to finish.
actually just posted about the bold life fee. Like,
Okay.
if you want to have a bold life, you have to be willing to pay the bold life fee. And that is the sacrifice.
I love
and that
that.
is due up front. Like, I think it's JJ Watt. He's like, the rent is due every day. And I'm like, that is the bold life fee.
I love
Like,
that.
you have to be able to pay that. If, again, like the whole thing I talked about, like, if you're not willing to tell the truth about who you are, like, this is a pointless exercise.
Sure.
So, like, it has to be honesty. It has to be the sacrifices you're willing to make. And sometimes that's people. And it's not necessarily that you cut those people off in your bold life fee process, but it's more that you change and they don't change with you. And then they can't identify and they can't relate to you anymore. And you have to be willing to be okay with that. You have to be willing to go through some really hard and lonely times even. So the bold life fee is a real thing that you have to pay.
I absolutely love that.
And I don't like to post the pictures of me when I was 300 pounds. I don't like to post those pictures, especially since they're like the ones I use are me in like my underwear. And so, but I'm doing it because Simon Sinek, all these different people, they all say stories sell, right? But stories build trust. They can help turn, like, even if I'm not trying to sell to somebody, I don't want, if my story can be something that inspires somebody else to change their
One
life,
person. Yep.
why wouldn't I share that?
One person.
So yeah, and I get these messages all the time. I really do. I could share it every single day. I could share a message that somebody sends me saying that something that I posted changed their outlook or changed their life, or and I love that. I'm happy for them. And then I follow up with them and check in and get to be friends with people that I wouldn't know otherwise.
Yeah. I think that's super important because a lot of people either they start social media, especially now in this influencer world, is I'm going to do this and be an influencer, or I'm going to have hundreds of thousands of followers and everybody's going to love me. And they do post the pretty stuff because that's what, those people post. But I think what's really important is, I don't even know where it's going with this, but what's really important is that the journey to get you there has to be authentic or else they'll fall off in an instant, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love the building the brand through the authenticity because it's what relates people to you.
And it's the easiest route. Because if you are just
Trying to keep up a lie,
if you're just living your life authentically and out loud and allowing it to help people and whatever it becomes, it's a lot easier than trying to just make sure that you maintain this image here and that image there. That's too much effort. I ain't got that.
Yeah, 100%. I have actually been using social media for business and personal, but this year I was like, I'm really bad at taking pictures and documenting things. And it was kind of making me sad that I look back on the year of everything I'd saved in the 2025 album. And I'm like, it's the same picture over and over. So this year I'm going to use social media as a challenge for myself to take more pictures, to document more things, and to try new things. Because if I'm doing the same thing every week, I don't want to document that. I want to try new things.
Yeah.
And so you can use it for any avenue. And that's with business. Saying, okay, I have to have something on my 24-hour story all the time makes me go, oh shit, nothing's there. I need to go do something. I need to go talk to somebody. I need to go take a picture with somebody. I need to go do a new activity. And so that's how I've been using it to grow business and professional. And it's been so much fun to be like, oh, I need to post a story in an hour or else I'm going to have nothing on my story. And it's fun to do. But I think there's a lot of different ways you can use that as a tool for growth.
There is, and just new experiences. Why not? Why not challenge yourself? I always, my friend and I, we've made it kind of a thing that we're just going to go try different coffee shops every time we meet up. So we're not just drinking the same old.
I can't do that. I'm so religious to mine and I don't like any other coffee.
Really? Which coffee are you a?
Tenfold.
We
love Tenfold coffee.
Okay, well, I'll have to try it one day. But I mean, I've tried some amazing places, met some really nice business owners. And that's the other thing is I always try to support local when I can. So, and that's how you build your network as well, because then you know all these different local businesses that will be happy to support you. With the Golden Connection, we use a small business, we use a small restaurant, and they love it.
Yeah.
So, just having that authentic thing, the new approaches, the new connections, it's always an opportunity to make new friends.
Yeah. And I think it also goes back to just remembering that we're all just a single human being. So even if somebody is this uber successful, figurehead on TV, they're still just a human being. And we get so caught up in our heads sometimes, I can't talk to the owner of that place, or I can't talk to this person. It's they're literally just a human being. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Did you see, and I'm not one that follows pop culture, and this just showed up on my Facebook the other day. Did you see the text exchange between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift?
No.
Okay, so they in this lawsuit that Blake Lively is in, they pulled the text messages between her and Taylor Swift. And I was like, look, they text like me and my bestie.
They're just people.
They're just people.
Right. And that goes to that business advice too of going, if you need help in business, again, talk to that person that's just 2 steps ahead of you, or talk to the person that is in direct competition with you. They're just people probably going through the same things as you. And that's how you're going to grow, is to be able to build those connections and say, hey, maybe we do this better together. I mean, even Derek and I for Level Up, right? We said, hey, we're in this together. We are going to be vulnerable with each other and share our faults. And it turned out that our faults were each other's strengths. And now we're doing things bigger and better together. So I think it's really important to just, again, it's humans and it's human connection. And that's what networking is about. And that's what social media should be about. And that's what all of this is about, is just that human connection and finding that purpose that we connect on.
That's exactly it. I mean, at the end of the day, I work in healthcare, we deal with death. But at the end of the day, we all end it the same way, right? We can't take anything with us. But man, one of the things, it's when I pass, I want people to remember how I made them feel.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even in dementia, I'm also a certified dementia practitioner. So even in dementia, we
add to the list.
Right. So we talk about that with families. they may not remember what happened. Like if they're trying to explain something, they may not remember what happened, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Mhm.
And I think that's so important for all walks of life and for everything. It's just like at the end of the day, we're all living on this rock that's trying to kill us. I mean, this weekend we're going to have like weather and tornadoes, all kinds of things, you know? We live on this rock that's trying to kill us. And we all need to survive it together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why people can be so against each other. I'm like, man, we're all just trying to get out of this alive.
I
Or
totally
not
agree with
alive, I
that.
guess.
So the way I like to end every episode, and I don't think I actually gave this to you ahead of time. I usually give this ahead of time to people, so I'm putting you on the spot a little bit. If there was one thing people should start doing today, business owners, professionals, whoever, it can be a business piece of advice or personal. One thing people should start doing today, that a year from now they'd look back and go, wow, I'm so happy I did that one thing a year ago because it's made a huge difference in my life. What would it be?
I believe in small changes. So whatever your end goal is, like let's just say you want to lose weight, start small. Start just getting out and walking every day and then build up that habit and then add in another habit. So whatever your end goal is, take that first step and only work on that first step until that first step is second nature.
Right.
And then keep building there and you will have profound results. Like even just changing that one thing is profound. So I really, truly. And that's how it was for me. Like I do that when I want to start new things like drinking water. Like I never miss my water and it's been over 2 years, but I had to start that way. I had to start small and work my way up because if it was all or nothing, I don't think I could have done it.
Yeah. It's that New Year's resolution mentality of I'm going to do all 10 of these things starting on January 1st. And then Quitter's Day is the second Friday after.
Yeah.
And 80% of people have quit because it's just too much change and we don't handle change well. So I love that, just whatever that end goal is. So a year from now, what do you want to do? Break it down into a bite-sized, tiny little micro chunk. And I'm going to add to that of not just starting it, but sharing it.
Yeah, for accountability.
Again, yes, whether that is sharing it all over social media or sharing it with your best friend or your mom or your sister or whoever. Getting that little bit of accountability is just going to make it 10 times more effective.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's that compound effect. It can change your life.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Yeah.
If you haven't read it, Compound Effect, great book. Well, I do appreciate you being on this today. I think we talked about I like how we got so deep today. We don't do that typically. It's usually very surface level business stuff, but I like the why and the passion behind why we do what we do and who we do it for.
Yeah.
That's everybody else. So I appreciate that, Trina. Thank you so much for being on Level Up with Lydia. If you're not already following us on Instagram, please go do that, as well as on Spotify and YouTube. Again, the chairs are turning. I'm looking at the camera. These chairs just move. But please follow us, like everything, comment, and share so that we can get this out to as many people as possible. If you have any topics that you want us to cover, drop those in the comment, or you can DM us if you want to be a guest on the show. We'd love to have you as well. So again, this is Level Up with Lydia, and I am Lydia. See you next time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me.